Joseph had died, and 400 years had passed. And now Pharaoh was very jealous, for he had heard of a prophecy saying that the firstborn would come and lead Israel. So he asked for all the firstborn to be killed, and many of the firstborn were killed. But one little baby was saved. And the daughter of Pharaoh saw that little baby down in the bulrushes. And she looked at that baby, and at that point she called him Moses, because I drew him out of the water, she said. She knew that this little boy was a Hebrew, but she didn't tell anybody. And Moses was raised in the courts of Pharaoh in Egypt, and soon he found that he too was a Hebrew. One day, as he was out, he saw some slaves, his Hebrew relatives, being beaten by an Egyptian. He couldn't take it any longer. He went after that Egyptian and slew him and buried that Egyptian in the sand. Moses then knew that he had been seen, and he ran for his life to a place called Midian. And out there in the wilderness, he came to a well. And around that well were some young ladies gathered to draw water. Some strangers came to attack them, and he pushed them away. A man by the name of Jethro was the father of those young ladies, and he came to the well, and Moses became their friend. And the father said to Moses, "You can have my daughter Zipporah as your wife." So Moses married her, and for 40 years he was out there in the wilderness. While Moses was caring for the sheep, he came to the foot of the Mount Horeb, and there he saw a burning bush in front of him. But the bush was not consumed, and he looked forward, and he heard this voice, "Take off your shoes, for you are walking on holy ground." He took off his shoes, stepped forward, and as he looked at the bush, the Lord said to Moses, "I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows." Moses knew then that he was standing before God. God then told him to go back to Egypt and to save his people.